Hello everyone, and welcome to another happy hour hang. I am so happy that y'all are here. I'm so happy to get into this tea with you guys because we have so much to discuss and get into on this happy hour hang, you guys. We're going to be talking about Shakira. She just recently did an interview and she's speaking about how she sacrificed a lot for her ex-husband, Gerard Piqué. I also have a huge royal family update for you guys as well. We're going to be talking about Kate Middleton and King Charles. You guys, for the first time since this Kate Middleton stuff happened, she has been captured on video. Now, it wasn't a publicized announcement. It wasn't anything broadcasted, but she was captured on video. We're going to discuss it. I also have some Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas tea for you, some Caitlyn Jenner and Lamar Odom tea. They're joining forces on a new project. Never thought I would see the day. Also some Scott Disick tea, you guys, some Kanye West and Bianca Sensory tea. Kanye is trying to now sweet talk Bianca's family because we know Bianca's family is not really here for Kanye. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Biebers for those of you who might have missed my mini pop-up on Friday. Also, obviously, in a minute-long video, we can't fully get into our opinion, so I want to fill you guys in on a new report about the Biebers, and it is just fueling the rumors, you guys. The consistency is getting a little too crazy. Then we're going to get into this Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce tea because I am sick and tired of people trying to start these rumors, and I'm over it. So we will be dispelling these Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce breakup rumors because I cannot handle people trying to be messy. And then, you guys, we're going to get into some Selena Gomez tea in regards to her music because there's some rumors out there in regards to her record label kind of allegedly forcing her to put out these very poppy radio friendly singles, and Selena Gomez is allegedly not down for it. She wants to do things more like some of the older projects she's worked on. So I can't wait to discuss and get into that with you guys as well. We also have Miss Kim starting us off amazingly. Kim said, "Hi Madison and House of Hill, sending love to you all." Kim, thank you for being here. Thank you for kicking off this Monday perfectly. I'm so happy to see you guys. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Monday. Thank you, Kim. We also have Miss Autumn in here as well. Hey Madison, you saw that story on Bruno Mars being $50 million in debt. WTF is going on with Bruno Mars, Madison? Yes, Autumn, I did see that story about Bruno Mars being in debt. And what I think is crazy when it comes to celebrities and even reality stars. If you've been watching Vanderpump Rules, Sheena and Ariana have been talking about how, during the pandemic, Sheena said she had absolutely no money. Ariana said before Scandival that she was down to her last $2,000. Then you have people like Bruno Mars being $50 million in debt. I think what happens sometimes, yes, obviously addictions are no joke, but also too, I think with celebrities and public figures, you start obviously really amping up your lifestyle whenever the money's coming in. And then you get yourself in this position where it costs so much to be you that when the money's not coming in regularly, you find yourself in a really big pickle. And I don't know how it happens, but it happens to more celebrities than not. Like Lady Gaga has talked about this before. Kanye West has talked about this before. It seems crazy to me because I feel like I would be hiring the best people to make sure that never happens to me. But not everyone is like that. Not everyone is like that. And it is absolutely insane. It is insane. Chris said Bruno should take Taylor tips on saving money. See, I would be like Taylor. Like Taylor makes sure her T's are crossed, her I's are dotted. She's not doing anything crazy. You know what I mean? Like that is what I'm talking about. Taylor and Bruno Mars have vastly different net worths, but still, I do appreciate how she is very has her stuff together when it comes to the finances. You know what I mean? So whatever's going on with Bruno, hopefully he figures it out. Mama Hill's not going to be happy about that news because she loves Bruno Mars. But it definitely is a tricky situation. Nora said, I can't imagine being that in debt. I freak out if I have anything roll over onto my next credit card statement. Nora, T, and also I will say, whenever I hear something like that, doesn't it low key kind of make yourself feel like we're doing okay? You know what I mean? Like, Bruno Mars is in $50 million of debt. If we're not $50 million in debt, like, we're doing all right. You know what I mean? It does kind of help you feel like, ooh, that's really bad, and my situation might be bad, but it's not that bad. Jelena, I completely agree with you. Jelena said financial stress is the worst kind of stress. 1,000,000%. It feels like there is a weight on your chest 24/7, 365. You don't sleep. I'm always stressed. I feel like I'm always strapped. I'm always stressed out. And you literally do not sleep. Like, I can't imagine being Bruno Mars. He probably is having to take at least 5 chews to go to bed at this point. Like, I cannot imagine. If that were me, I don't even know. God forbid. We're not even putting that out into the universe, you guys, because we know 2024 is the year of the House of Hill. So our debts are going to be paid. The finances are going to be looking fantastic. We're securing the bag in 2024. Here in the House of Hill, we're not even claiming that kind of energy. You know what I mean? We are not claiming that at all. We also have Sintaya. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. Hello, everyone from the UK. This is more realistic time for us. I'm liking this time for the lives, Madison. All the best to y'all. Okay, I know daylight savings is really helping our international girlies, and I'm so happy that it's working out. So I'm glad, it's working out for the best. Hello to all of our international people. It always blows my mind to hear where you guys are watching from, and everyone from across the US. Like, we are really a well-rounded group here in the House of Hill, and I love to freaking see it. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. Shantae said, first time back in the live. Missed this tea time so much. Let's go. Shantae, I'm happy you're back. I'm happy you're able to make the lives. Yay. Jocelyn said, anyone see Yogurt Joe was in LA? Jocelyn, isn't it funny that Yogurt Joe is in LA when Taylor and Travis have been in LA? Just saying. I also saw an interesting article that was talking about how much Joe Alwyn makes in royalties since Taylor Swift let him be credited as a songwriter on Folklore and Evermore. And this man, even though they're broken up, is still pulling in, like, I think it was a little more than $3 million on royalties. So I don't know what he needs to be complaining about. He better keep it together, because the fact that they're broken up and he's still pulling in multi-million dollars in royalties, I don't see the issue. I don't see why you should be upset. Just me personally. Betty said TS has surrounded herself with a good team of financial advisors, headed by her father, who was a stockbroker for Merrill Lynch for 30 years. She's her own manager and president of her company. We know Taylor absolutely has it together, and she does run like a whole family business essentially, which I really love. That's the goal. I always want to be somebody who uplifts their family and their friends whenever you hit it. I feel like that is goals for me personally. We have Rosa. Oh, hello, Madison. I think I made it life less light up champagne. I don't know. Are you having champs? I hope so. I'm not having champs today because I celebrated St. Patty's Day yesterday, and I do not need to be enjoying myself 2 days in a row. But if you're having some champs, I hope you are. I hope you're enjoying it. Did anybody else do anything for St. Patty's Day yesterday or Saturday? I feel like I saw a lot of people celebrating on Saturday as well. We ended up going out yesterday. We did a little brunch. One of my friends had a St. Patty's Day party. It was honestly fun, really chill. You know that you are definitely in your 30s when on a Sunday fun day, you're home by 8. That way you can get dinner, get your skincare routine, and make sure that you're ready to go for the next day. That's how I know I'm going out in my 30s, and honestly, I love it. Charlie Orr said, yay, I'm here, perfect timing. Yay, I'm so happy. Diana said, hi, Madison. First time commenting. Thank you for being a ray of sunshine during a dark period of my life. So excited to be here and so happy to be part of the House of Hill. Diana, I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're commenting so I can see you and say hello. We are so happy to have you here in the House of Hill. Thank you for brightening our day, and thank you for being here. You guys know my favorite thing about these happy hour hangs is that they allow us a little bit longer than an hour of our time to just block out whatever stress is going on in our life. Financial, family. I saw someone earlier in the chat, I didn't quite catch who it was, talking about having some family struggles. Whatever you're stressed about right now, like I said, money, job, family, friends, whatever it may, the world, let's be honest, the world, whatever it may be, let's just block it out for this hour, catch up with one another, get into the tea, and all of that fun stuff, because we have a lot to get into. We're talking about Shakira. We have a big Royals update, you guys, a big Royals update. Sophie Turner, Joe Jonas, Caitlyn Jenner, Lamar Odom, and their new project, Scott Disick, Kanye West, Bianca Sensory, the Biebers, more tea that's not looking good for their marriage rumors, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. We're having to get the internet together, obviously, because people are trying to stir the pot, and I'm not here for it. And then we also have some Selena Gomez music tea. You guys know I always love to try to bring you some Selena tea. So we have a lot to get into for sure. Shay said, Madison, we've not had time to chat about Kate Gate. I know, because you've been gone. We have been completely obsessed. Like my family has been, with Kate Middleton. I know House of Hill, we've been obsessed with Kate Middleton. We cannot get enough. And today, you guys, we actually have a big update. Like I said, she was spotted on video, but I still don't know how I feel. I know Lamar Odom feels like a throwback, and he is teaming up with Caitlyn Jenner on a project. Did you ever think those words would come out of my mouth? Because I absolutely did not. Linda said, going to run my 3 miles, taking you with me. Linda, does it work that if I'm coming with you on this 3-mile run, does that mean I'm also going on a 3-mile run and I'm burning those calories while I'm sitting here? Fingers crossed that's how it works, because I have not worked out today and I still need to. So Linda, really work extra hard on those 3 miles. I'm gonna get you through, so hopefully some of that cardio transfers to me while I'm sitting here. Michaela said, my mom and I have been passing back and forth our theories. Oh, absolutely. With AI, who knows if it's real? You guys know AI scares me. I do not trust AI, not at all. Thank you, Timna. It is girl math. If Linda's running 3 miles, and she takes me with her, it's like I'm running 3 miles. Fingers crossed. Kim said, I just saw the video of her close-up. She's really skinny. She is very thin. But I'm still sketched out, you guys. I'm still sketched out. Oh, hello, Mama Cass as well. Okay, you guys. Shantae said the video of Kate seems very forced. It feels weird. And it feels weird because of the timing, and I'm going to let you know why. Also, the news about King Charles that was going around and came out today in the midst of this Kate Middleton tea, like, it just all feels very staged and premeditated, and I have a lot of thoughts. Let's see what else. Katya said, guys, so I watched Love is Blind this weekend, and I was hooked with Matt T. LOL. He was so weird. I guess it was just his introvert side, but still. Katya, I saw you on your Instagram stories, and I'm living for every second of it. I'm so happy you binged Love is Blind. And now whenever Love is Blind After the Altar comes out, we can discuss. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get into the tea, because I want to make sure we have plenty of time to get into all of this. Kicking things off, talking about Shakira. If you're here and you have not given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. That way, for all of our friends who did not get their YouTube notification, it will help YouTube know that people are watching and engaging, and they can make sure that they tune in for the tea. No, Eileen, you have not missed the Tavis tea yet. We are just kicking things off talking about Shakira. Okay, you guys, in a new interview with the Times UK, Shakira admitted to putting Gerard Piqué's career over hers. Hi, Tamra. Thank you for listening to me while you're at the gym. You are killing it, girl. So during this interview, when talking about Gerard Piqué, Shakira said, quote, for a long time, I put my career on hold to be next to Gerard so that he could play football. There was a lot of sacrifice for love. Shakira went on to talk about how one of the benefits of Gerard's career was that she did become good friends with the Beckhams, aka David and Victoria. She said that she is in communication with Victoria, and that aside from them, she now thinks it's very difficult for an artist and an athlete to be in a relationship. Shakira said, quote, empathy is key in an artist's work. An athlete is in a constant state of war and has to avoid empathy at all costs. That's why it's probably a really bad idea for an artist to hook up with an athlete. Now, she said that she does think Victoria and David are the exception to this rule. But do you guys think that artists and athletes don't mix when it comes to relationships? Or do you think Gerard Piqué is just the worst and that's why it didn't work out with Shakira? Because in my opinion, I kind of think it's a Gerard Piqué problem, not necessarily an athlete-artist problem. But that's just me. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Miss Angie, I can't believe that I made a live. I'm usually an after watcher. Today is my self-care with happy hour hang. The tea is piping hot. Angie, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you're able to watch live. Thank you for after watching, by the way. Thank you for being an after watcher. Shout out to our after watchers. We love you. I see you. I appreciate you. This show would not exist without our after watchers. But Angie, I am so happy that you're able to be here live. I'm so happy you're having a self-care day. And thank you for including this happy hour hang as part of your self-care day. I absolutely love to hear it. Okay, a lot of you are saying you think PK is the problem, except for Tavis. Lex said, honestly, that could be T. I never thought of it like that, except for Tavis. LOL. See, that's why I'm saying I think it's a Gerard Piqué problem, because I read that quote from Shakira and immediately clutched my pearls because I was like, oh no, she didn't say that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are an exception. She only said David Beckham and Victoria Beckham are the exception. So immediately started getting the upper lip sweat, but then I honestly took a step back and I had to remember all of the stuff that went down with Shakira and Gerard Piqué, and I really think it's just Piqué. I feel like he's the problem. You guys know he was not faithful. He had a wandering eye and a wandering you-know-what. And also his family was in on, the last affair that he had, allegedly. But I just feel like Gerard Piqué was more the issue, especially if she was having to give up her career in order to support him. I'm sorry, that's not a man. Look at David Beckham. David Beckham always rides hard for Victoria. Look at Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce rides hard for Taylor when it's her time to shine, and vice versa. So I personally feel like I totally understand where Shakira is coming from, but I feel like that was more a Gerard Piqué problem than an athlete and an artist problem. Just my opinion. Christina Cat-Eye, House of Hill, can you please send me all of your positive thoughts and prayers? I need all the support I can get right now. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, Christina Cat-Eye, we are thinking of you. We love you. I'm sending you all the positive vibes, all the prayers. We're here for you. We're in your corner. We got you. Whatever you're going through, you're not alone. We have your back, and it's going to be okay. I promise, promise, promise. Just have that faith. Have that faith. I know it's hard, but you got to have the faith, okay? We are sending you so much love. I see it in the chat, and I'm living for it. Jocelyn said, Shakira is 10 years older than him. I wonder if that played a role. I think that might have played a role of why he ended up being unfaithful, but also makes me sad to hear that she, even being older, still kind of felt like she had to give up her career for him. I mean, think about it. Since they've broken up, she's put out more music. So I definitely believe it. I definitely see it. And honestly, although I know it was really, really hard for Shakira to end things with Gerard Piqué, I'm honestly happy that she did. I feel like it was what was meant to happen. It was hard for her to see it in the moment, but look at her now. To quote Selena Gomez. Priscilla said, no matter who is in a relationship and what the career is, if you love them and can make it work while trying your best, it will work. T. Absolutely. Chris said, Shakira's hips don't work in that relationship. T. Vera said she's got an album coming out soon. Finally, and exactly. That's why I'm so pumped for her. And honestly, if she wants to drag Gerard Piqué a little bit more, I'd be here for it, honestly. Storm Bear said, ooh, this is live. I thought I was going to watch recaps. Bonus. Hi, Madison. Storm Bear, yes, you're watching live. I'm happy you're here. Sacred Space said she never wanted to marry him from the beginning because she didn't want him to take her for granted. So maybe she didn't 100% in her heart feel like he was in it for the long haul. T, you always got to listen to your gut. You know what I mean? If your gut is saying it's no, or your gut is making you hesitate for any reason, you gotta listen. That's your intuition. That's God talking to you. And Shakira somewhere in her gut knew that Gerard Piqué was not it. And thankfully she listened, because a breakup is a lot easier than a divorce. Jessica, thank you for sharing this live. You're the best. And honestly, the perfect time for me to see your comment, because Miss Jessica is our boots on the ground in the UK. She has been keeping me updated on rumors regarding Kate Middleton and the royal family, what's being put in the papers, all of that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and move on from Shakira and get into this royal family update, you guys, because first of all, we need to discuss King Charles. One of my least faves, but we still got to discuss him because there was some major tea. So there were rumors online on Twitter, and these all started because of a Russian media outlet. A Russian media outlet reported that King Charles flatlined yesterday during St. Patrick's Day. Okay? Flatline meaning, okay? Now, it became a huge discussion on Twitter. Everybody was talking about it. Everyone was like, what the heck is going on? There was also an old video going around of Buckingham Palace having the flag at half-mast, which normally means the family's in mourning. But that was an old video. That wasn't real. The royal family has spoken out and said King Charles is fine. Whatever this Russian paper is putting out there is not true. He is okay. And what's interesting too is there's also a new report about King Charles and how he is having to make a major change to the upcoming ceremony, the Trooping the Color ceremony. That's supposed to take place in June, and that's something the entire royal family has to attend. Normally during this ceremony, King Charles would be riding on a horse, but arrangements are now being made for him to drive in a carriage due to his health. So King Charles, there are rumors that he died. He is okay. However, his health is declining because for this upcoming ceremony in June, instead of riding a horse, he's now going to have to ride in a carriage. Allegedly. Apparently, he's like fighting it. He still wants to ride on the horse, but his health is declining to that point that they're having to make adjustments to these ceremonies. Now, interesting enough how this morning everyone's freaking out about King Charles, freaking out, oh my God, what's going on? Then we get a report about a Kate Middleton sighting. This is why I'm thinking that this is suspicious to me. Now, according to The Sun, Kate Middleton was out and about this weekend at a local business called the Windsor Farm Shop. It's reportedly about a mile from one of her family's homes. No photos or videos were initially reported. So we just had a report of a sighting that Kate and William were shopping at this little local farm store buying some bread, and that Kate looked happy, relaxed, and healthy. That's what an eyewitness told The Sun. The source also noted how Kate and William were talking about how they watched their kids' sports earlier in the morning, the kids weren't at the store with them, and that they were buying some goodies to take back to the kids. Okay. Now, since then, magically, we've gotten a video of Kate Middleton and William exiting the store. This was a man who was in the store. He claims that he was just taking a video of Kate and William to show his family how normal they are, and he just happened to be in the right place at the right time to take this video. TMZ say that they looked into the metadata of the video and that it was taken this weekend, it was taken in the vicinity of the store, and that it is a legit video, and that is 1,000,000% Kate Middleton. TMZ is saying this is it. This is real. Everyone calm down. Okay, accept it. Now, the only reason why I'm a little suspicious of this as well is because it's TMZ and The Sun. The Sun is part of that, or kind of that like organized media in the UK that the royal family can control, according to Harry and Meghan's documentary. If you watch their documentary, they talk about the institution and how the royal family really has massive influence with certain media outlets, and The Sun is one of them. So that's why I'm a little suspicious of the fact that The Sun magically was able to find this sweet man who just happened to be at the store at the same time, taking a video of Kate and Will exiting, and just we're supposed to accept that at face value. It feels a little weird to me. It feels a little weird to me that they have been hiding Kate, then all of a sudden on a random weekend, when there's rumors that King Charles is not doing well, we're gonna finally get a sighting of her leaving a store, very casual and athletic clothing and looking okay. It's weird. It's convenient. It's giving BS. Shantae said, I want to see the metadata. I want to see the metadata. Release the receipts. Release the receipts. Miss Jackie X said, a little too convenient. Okay, exactly. I'm glad that I'm not the only one who feels this way, because immediately when I saw that video, I was like, why do I not believe this? Am I part of the problem? Like, am I part of the issue on the internet for not accepting this? But it just felt weird to me. It felt weird to me that we're discussing rumors of King Charles. Then all of a sudden, a video was found of Kate exiting the store. It just felt odd. In addition to that, you guys, we once again are hearing that Kate's return to her royal duties is going to be pushed back. Remember, originally, the statement said that she would be back to her royal duties on Easter. However, there's a new report from the Sunday Times where a source has now said that Kate will not immediately be back in action after Easter. Instead, she will likely pick up her schedule when the kids head back to school. Their Easter break ends April 17th, but there's still no official return date yet. According to this report, Kate has attempted to keep her usual routine while she recovers at home. For example, this source claims that Kate is still cooking dinner for their family of 5. Apparently, Kate is also expected to address her absence whenever she does return to her royal duties. They're saying that she is going to finally talk about her surgery and her recovery. Not sure how much of that I believe. Also, in addition to that, someone close to Meghan Markle told the Mirror, you guys, that Meghan Markle has attempted to try to reach out to Kate because Meghan is, quote, genuinely worried about Kate's health. However, a separate source said that despite Kate's state, a reconciliation between her and Meghan is unlikely. I don't know. Something still feels weird to me. And I don't know what it is, but I just feel like it's weird. Shantae said, not cooking dinner. They said, heal those wounds at the stove, girl. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, so is she so weak that she can't do anything, but yet she's going to the market and still cooking dinner and still keeping up with her routine, but yet she can't go in public and make any appearances and do a broadcasted statement to assure the public that she's okay? Like, nothing is adding up. And I don't know what is going on with the PR machine that is inside the royal family. Normally, they are on their game, but this Kate Middleton situation, they are dropping the mother effing ball. Charlie Hoare said, gosh, so messy. I still believe the mistress rumors, and I think William wants the divorce wrapped up prior to him being king. With Charles being sick, he's running out of time. And that's the other thing, too. I've been seeing so many reports that are pointing out similarities in William's marriage to Kate and how they've been acting, this alleged mistress, and how it kind of correlates to how King Charles handled things with Diana and obviously Camilla, who's now queen. I'm seeing a lot of correlations that like William and Charles are more similar than people think that they are. I don't know. The math ain't mathing, Miss Heather. I completely agree. Lex said, hashtag messy monarchy. Exactly. Mary said, why is it so hard for the royal family to tell the truth? And that's my thing. At this point, I feel like now whenever they do come out and say anything, we're not even going to believe them because they have let us run so wild with these narratives that at this point, whenever they come out and say something, I'm going to be skeptical. Just like when I saw that video and my first reaction was not, oh my God, thank God Kate's okay. My first reaction was, this is giving sketch. This is giving sketch. Why now? Why now? You know what I mean? It's really, really bizarre. Also, we have 333 people here. Everybody make a wish. Make a wish, make a wish. Christina Cata, if you're still here, manifest, girly. Manifest those positive vibes. But I don't know. I feel skeptical of them. Jessica said, Madison, I'll send you the rules for the press for the UK. Also, too, I know the UK press runs by its own set of rules for sure. But the other thing, too, that I'm still skeptical about is the BBC was briefed and told that they need to be on standby to make a big announcement in regards to the royal family in the next week. And so what is the big announcement? Like, does it have to deal with Kate? Does it have to deal with King Charles? Are they not having a big announcement anymore? Like, something still is just not adding up. You know what I mean? It's still not adding up to me. JP Love said, when I got surgery, I didn't want to show face for like 3 months till I felt stronger. Maybe it's Kate wanting some space. JP Love, I don't think you're wrong. I do think she wants space. I do think she needs to recover. However, my thing is when now things have gotten so out of hand that people are having a conspiracy theory that you're no longer on this earth, like that's when I feel like you need to do something. You know what I mean? That's when you need to speak out. And also, this is the same woman who pushed out a baby and was standing on the hospital steps within a mere hours. Like, Kate is dedicated to the family. Kate knows sometimes when you're not feeling your best, you still gotta show up, you still gotta show face. Like this is not her first rodeo. You know what I mean? She knows what she needs to do. And so that's just why something here feels weird to me. Miss Heather said, as a public figure, the public will always be invested. Exactly. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on this Kate Middleton situation. Ignore the fact my coffee maker's turning off. We're still going to be keeping an eye because I still feel like something's fishy. The sighting coming at the time of these rumors of King Charles, I don't know. So we'll keep an eye on it. I'll obviously fill you guys in when anything major happens. But just because Kate Middleton was spotted leaving that market today, I feel like we're still going to need answers to what exactly is going on. Olivia said, I just think they're learning a lot of PR lessons by Crash Course because they haven't had this much drama in the past, so they don't know how to deal and are learning on the fly. Maybe, but I feel like you should have the best of the best working in the royal family. April said, I don't believe the affair allegations. I believe William truly loves Kate. They won't address the rumors, obviously, but I just don't see William hurting Kate, especially after what his mom went through. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, April. I do. For some reason, I feel like William was not as empathetic towards Diana in regards to the affair as maybe Harry was, but I don't know. Regardless, rest in peace, Diana. Absolutely. We stan her here in the House of Hill. And obviously, at the end of the day, we hope that everything is okay. We hope Kate is okay. We hope that her marriage with William is okay. We hope King Charles is okay. Like, we want everything to be okay, but at this point, we need answers. We need answers. Okay, let's go ahead and move on because we still have a lot to talk about. Let's move on and get into this report about Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas, you guys. New report from Life and Style magazine. A source is claiming that Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner, quote, seem to have a competition going on as to who can move on first. Now, we know Sophie Turner is dating her aristocrat, as she should, Perry Pearson. Joe Jonas is with the former Miss Teen USA girlie, Stormy Bree. Kendra, T, girl, T. This source said that Sophie is telling friends she's in love. Meanwhile, Joe has, quote, relaxed since he started dating Stormy. This insider then continued saying, Joe's keen on getting the divorce sorted out. He would like to get to the altar first, no doubt about it. Now, I know this report is meant to make us like Joe Jonas more in the sense of, you know what, Sophie's moving on, she's falling in love, Joe's more relaxed. Shouldn't we be happy for him that he wants to be the first one at the altar? But all this is doing is making me still side-eye Joe Jonas. And I want to feel differently, but I can't help it. Yes, Joe has a very messy relationship. Absolutely, absolutely. Like the fact that you just started dating this girl and we're already hearing you want to introduce her to the kids. Remember, that was a report from Us Magazine, what, 2 weeks ago? That he's already considering introducing Stormy to the kids. And now you're also saying you want to race Sophie to the altar when Sophie's unbothered dating her millionaire aristocrat. It's giving ick. It's giving ick. Marie said Joe is giving Justin Bieber in 2018. Honestly, kind of. Honestly, T. Jocelyn said, I still want to know what was on the ring video and why did Sophie unfollow Priyanka? Now, Jocelyn is talking about how allegedly there's this ring camera footage of Sophie Turner saying something about Joe Jonas, and that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. That's what made him want to file for divorce, was whatever Sophie was caught saying on the ring camera video. And I'm with you, Jocelyn. I still want to know what that was. I still am very curious as to what the horrible thing Sophie Turner could have said about Joe that made him finally want to file for divorce. I also don't know even if it was anything that bad or that was just still one of the things Joe's team was trying to do to make Sophie look bad. You know what I mean? And I also think it is suspicious that her and Priyanka don't mess with each other anymore. Like something happened. I don't know what the Joe Bros did to Sophie Turner, but I feel like something happened. And we probably will never ever find out what it is, but something's up. Valentina said, didn't he break up with Sophie the day before the wedding in Vegas and now he wants to marry before Sophie? I don't know why he wants to marry before Sophie. I would think that after you go through a pretty, which I know that they've settled a lot of things with their divorce, but I feel like after you've gone through a pretty contentious divorce, wouldn't you want to like take a beat before you get married again? Just me? I don't know. I feel like you should want to slow your roll for a second instead of being like, I want to race my ex to the altar. And that also tells me if that's really his biggest concern is to beat Sophie Turner into a new marriage, it's not giving relaxed. And it's also not giving that you're really that happy. I feel like if your main goal is to just beat your ex to the altar, are you really that happy? Or are you just looking for someone who can fill that void for right now? I don't know. I feel like Sophie's unbothered. I feel like Sophie is not the problem here. I feel like Sophie is dating the aristocrat. They're in love. They're doing their own thing. And Joe is just still trying to cause a ruckus and still trying to like make Sophie look bad on some level, but it's just not working, in my opinion. Katya said, Joe, take a sabbatical and chill on your own for real. Shantae said he's still not over her. Nora said, yes, I'm taking my time before I go down the altar again. I had a 2-year divorce. Nora's like, Joe, what are you doing? What are you doing? Nora, honestly, should not come as a big surprise. You sound a lot smarter than Joe Jonas. What else is new? You know what I mean? We know how I feel about Joe Jonas. And I keep waiting for him to redeem himself because I know I got to let it go. I know I can't hold a grudge over the way Joe Jonas tried to trash Sophie Turner in the press forever. I am a Taurus. We do love a grudge, but I'm trying not to. But he's not giving me redeemable right now. I don't know what my problem is. I know I need to get over it. I know I do, but I'm still struggling. Brittany said, there's so many rumors and blind items on Sophie and Joe having regular threesomes in their relationship, as well as Joe having a history with this chick already, but who knows? Celebs are wild. I don't know how much we can believe the blind items about that in their relationship, but do I believe that Joe had his sights set on this girlie before he was over with Sophie? Absolutely. Obviously, that's my opinion. But it's giving sketch. It's definitely giving sketch. Mike said, I'm so bummed. I've only made it towards the end the last 2 times. I'm not getting my notifications, but I'm so glad I made it to see you, even if it's just for a bit. Mike, we're only halfway. So you made it. We still have a lot of tea to get into, so I'm happy that you made it as well. You guys, if you're here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please do so that way we can help people like Mike get their notification. Okay, let's go ahead and move on from the Sophie and Joe tea and get into the Caitlyn and Lamar tea because I still could not believe that this is a thing. I'm giggling at Miss Jackie X. Joe Jonas and Justin Timberlake need to go away, in my humble opinion. Miss Jackie, I kind of feel the same way. I feel like Joe Jonas and Justin Timberlake are on the same level for me right now. And that's not a good level. Not a great level to be at, honestly. Not a great level. You don't want to be on the same level, for me, as a Justin Timberlake, a Joe Jonas, a Tristan Thompson, a Scooter Braun. Like, if you ever are hearing me say your name in that list, you know it's not good. You know that's my junk punch in public list. And that is not a list that anyone wants to be on, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and move on and get into this Caitlyn Jenner and Lamar Odom tea. Priscilla said Hollywood stars change partners like they change their underwear. Priscilla, that's the freaking tea. Okay, you guys, some Kar Jenner news that I did not expect to ever see in my lifetime, but here we are. Caitlyn Jenner and Lamar Odom are starting a podcast together. And obviously the name is going to be an ode to the Kardashians. The podcast is a sports podcast called Keeping Up with Sports. And it's meant to take a fresh look at what it really takes to be the best. They also have another co-host. His name's Zach Hirsch. But what do we think? What do we think about Lamar Odom teaming up with his ex-father-in-law to now have a podcast called Keeping Up with Sports? What are our thoughts? Cass said, gotta send my love now in case my phone starts going slow AF at the end again. Can't wait for the Tavis and Celty. Yay. Cass, you know it's coming. It's gonna be good. We gotta get people together. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. I hope the babies are doing great, and I'm hoping they're letting you watch the Tea and Peace. I'm hoping you're getting to watch the Tea and Peace. Georgina said, I love it, honestly. Lex said, everybody's got to pay their bills, I guess. Unserious said, what in the hell? Who asked for this? Shantae said, respectfully, nobody asked for this. And then Charlie Horse said, that's the randomest tea I've ever heard. Literally me, when I saw this. I was like, are people looking for this? Are people seeking this out? But apparently they've already got some like pretty good guests lined up. You guys know I have a soft spot for Lamar Odom, even though I know he did not treat Chloe right. He did not treat Chloe right, and I don't pretend like he did for a second. However, the thing that I respect about Lamar Odom, A, I've met him before, and he's very humble, very kind. B, Lamar Odom, at the very least, owned up to what he did. Like, he has never lied about what he did. He never hid what he did. He owned up to all of the bad things he did. He wrote about them all in a book. You know what I mean? And he said, I was not a good husband. I was not a good guy. I really messed up, and I'm sorry, and we've seen him change. So that is why I have a little bit of a soft spot for Lamar Odom compared to Tristan Thompson, because Tristan Thompson never takes accountability, never takes ownership, and I'm not seeing the change. You know what I mean? Lamar Odom, he at least has been accountable. He said he's sorry, and we've seen him change as a person. So that's why, as much as I find it super random that he is teaming up with Caitlyn Jenner, honestly, I hope it's successful because I want Lamar to get the check. I want Lamar to get the paycheck if he needs it. Honestly. Amanda said, I want Lamar to honestly be happy. He almost died. I feel like he was given a second chance. So as long as he's sober, let him do whatever makes him happy. That's what I feel too. Vera said, I know he cheated, but he was under drugs at the time. I want to say that he would have not cheated on Chloe had he been sober. And I agree with you, because I will say the thing about Lamar is he is very open with the fact that Chloe is the one who got away. Like, he never pulls any punches over the fact that he screwed up and he regrets it. You know what I mean? Sometimes do I feel like Lamar Odom uses Chloe a little bit for press? Sure. For example, Keeping Up with Sports. That's towing the line of using the Kardashians. But again, if he needs a check, he needs a check. I did see somebody say, Jelena said, okay, but with Caitlyn, now Jelena. I didn't say I loved the fact that Lamar was teaming up with Caitlyn. That's my least favorite part of this whole situation. But if that's what Lamar needs to do, that's what Lamar needs to do. You know what I mean? He knew it would get the clicks. He knew it would get the attention. I'm not saying I'm living for the co-hosts. I'm saying I'm living for Lamar, trying to get a bag. You know what I mean? I would like to think that Lamar would be part of the House of Hill. And we, 2024 is our year. We're securing the bag. We're getting the checks. We're not going to be financially stressed. So that's why I want to go ahead and pass that good juju on to Lamar. And Caitlyn obviously was an incredible, incredible athlete. And that's what the whole podcast is kind of about. They're going to talk about what it takes to be the best in your sport, the best in your field. So, it is what it is. Caitlyn does always have an agenda. Caitlyn loves to antagonize the Kardashians, which I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that Caitlyn Jenner does, but it does make me giggle sometimes about how hard Caitlyn goes at the Kardashians now. Like, Caitlyn, she is in documentaries about them now. Like, she goes a little hard for the Kardashians, which I know Kris Jenner doesn't love, but for us, it's a little bit entertaining, and I cannot lie. Let's see, Jelena said, but what kind of athlete would listen to them? I've got an athlete in my house, and they ain't listening to those two. I don't know. Personally, I feel like if I had to choose between like a sports podcast, New Heights, or Keeping Up with Sports, y'all know which one I'm probably going to be listening to. But again, I want Lamar to be successful, so we're wishing him all the best. All the best. Brittany said, do you think Chloe will give her blessing publicly? I wonder if they talked to her first and gave her a heads up. I don't think that they talked to her first. I do think if Chloe is asked about how she feels, I think she'll give them her blessing. She's always said nothing but positive things about Lamar publicly, and same with Caitlyn. I don't think the family is ever going to publicly drag Caitlyn because, again, obviously she's still Kendall and Kylie's dad. And so I think that if she was asked about it, she would give the podcast her blessing. Timna said, I don't hate it, but only if it were Lamar and another person. Sorry to say I'm not a fan of Caitlyn Jenner, but good vibes for Lamar. T. And I love, Miss Kim said, I'm going to listen. Miss Kim said, I will be giving them a stream. I love it. I live, laugh, love it. Absolutely, Kim. And that's why I love this chat, you guys, because we get to talk about these things in real time. We get to say, I would listen, I would not listen, and that's why I love the chat. Like, everyone gets to put in their input, everyone gets to have their 2 cents, and we get to discuss it, and that is my favorite part. And also, don't you love how here in the House of Hill, we can have disagreeing opinions, and everyone's still respectful and having fun? Just saying, that doesn't happen always. That doesn't always happen when we're talking about celeb tea. So I live for it. Yes, we did discuss the royalty, Kelsey. Just go back a little bit, catch up on it, catch up on Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas, and then you can pop back. Or you can, at the end of this, rewind and go back and watch. Because we did discuss Kate and King Charles. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on from Lamar Odom, you guys, and talk about Scott Disick. Because Scott Disick, I know it's been a minute, but Scott Disick has been making headlines because he was seen out in Los Angeles this weekend with a mystery blonde who has now been identified as 28-year-old Sarah Bauer. So Scott Disick still going for the younger women, but 28's at least better than 19, so we're improving. Sarah Bauer apparently works at Universal Music Group. Her and Scott were seen out at a club this weekend in LA, and people are talking about how Scott has, I'm laughing at Sacred Space. Oh, Scott, facepalm. People are talking about how Scott has lost a significant amount of weight. C. Rosa said he looks unhealthy. I will say he is giving Ozempic face. Have you guys heard about this? Like, Ozempic face is when you'll look at these celebrities or people who have been on Ozempic and their face is like very hollow. And I will say his face was giving hollow. Like, the bags were under his eyes. The face was giving Ozempic. But we know that Scott has talked about his struggles with his weight, and that was kind of holding him back from dating. So if now he's feeling better and he's able to get out there and date, 28 is better than 19. Remember, Sophia Richie was 19 when Scott Disick started dating her. So I think, this is good. And also somebody who just more of a normal girly, works at Universal Music Group. I think that might be better. Sacred Space said, yes, Ozempic face seems so real. They all look like they aged 10 years. Their facial skin gets really saggy. Yeah, it's actually crazy. And I just think it was his cheeks was giving that, and also under his eyes. It was weird. He didn't look quite like, how Scott Disick always kind of had a little bit of a swag and always was kind of funny, adding the comedic relief. Something about him wasn't really giving that anymore, but maybe he just was, tired, first time out, first time being photographed in a while, but something did look a little off in my opinion, but I'm hoping he's okay. Nora said, baby boy is colic, so I'll be an after watcher for the remainder of the tea. Bye, Madison and everyone. Nora, please give your baby boy some squeeze. Give him a squeeze for us. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry that he has colic. That is the absolute freaking worst. Yes, go take care, and then you can catch up on the tea, but please give him a squeeze for us here in the House of Hill, because no one wants to hear about a sick baby. But I understand he'll feel better once he's got his mom. But for sure, something feels off. C. Rosa said, I heard Kim, Chloe, and Chris are in on it. Oh, Lord. I hope that no one's messing with Scott, honestly. Let him figure it out. Let Scott figure it out. Okay, let's go ahead and move on and get into this Kanye West and Bianca Sensory tea. Alexa, stop. My Alexa just went off. Let's go ahead and move on and talk about Kanye West and Bianca Censori, you guys, because we have a new report from the Daily Mail that Kanye is apparently trying to play nice with Bianca's family, and he's starting with her mom. Smart guy. You guys know that before this, I know Alexa was like something about a comedy show, Scott comedy show, and I was like, no, please no. Remember, a couple weeks back, we heard that Bianca's dad wanted to sit down and confront Kanye West because he did not like the outfits that Kanye was putting Bianca in. He felt like he was making her look like trash. However, now this Daily Mail source is saying that Kanye has been working to, quote, turn things around with Bianca's mom. Bianca and her mom were seen exiting a private jet together in LA last week ahead of Kanye's performance at Rolling Loud, which performance is being generous because if you've seen any videos or seen any reactions, people are saying it really didn't feel like Kanye performed at all at Rolling Loud, but I'm gonna keep going. The source said that Bianca's mom flew from Australia to the States last week with the intention of, quote, saving Bianca and seeing for herself if her daughter has everything under control. This insider said that Kanye has, quote, started to turn things around since the release of Vultures and, quote, he also knows how to sweet talk mom. This has been a really good experience and everyone is relieved to see Bianca with her mom. What do you guys think? Does this make you feel like things are better with Kanye and Bianca? Do you think he's going to be able to sweet talk Bianca's mom into believing that everything's okay? Me personally, I feel like he is able to sweet talk a mom. Like Kanye absolutely gives me the impression that he can change someone's opinion about him pretty easily. I remember when I was in high school, my parents used to call like any sweet talker who was a guy, they would call him Eddie Haskell. I don't know if he was like an old TV character, an old movie character, whatever. But Kanye gives me Eddie Haskell energy when he needs to turn it on. And that's the first thing I thought about. Just meaning like a little schmoozer, a little sweet talker. Like he knows what he needs to say to the mom to make her feel like everything's Gucci and good. Maybe a little manipulative, Robert. Not wrong. It's interesting how this one visit, he was on Leave It to Beaver. Thank you, Olivia. Yes. I specifically, one of my really good guy friends in high school, my parents would always be like, he is such an Eddie Haskell. He is an Eddie Haskell. Funny. Good times to think about. But I feel like, I don't know if it's enough to necessarily make me feel better about the situation, but hopefully Bianca's good. Hopefully her mom's good with it. Hopefully everything turns out okay, because remember, Kanye's friend said last week he thinks Kanye and Bianca are going to have a lot of babies in their future. So it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening with Kanye and Bianca, but I don't know. The fact that her mom was flying in to like save her and check on her and then now is starting to believe that Kanye's okay and her daughter's okay, just wild that that's even a story and that's even something that a mom has to worry about. Like, it's even crazy to me that her mom felt the need to fly from Australia to the United States to make sure she's okay. You know what I mean? It's wild. Lex said, I don't understand. I don't necessarily feel bad for Bianca. She's a grown adult woman that clearly consented to this dynamic. Not to be harsh, but am I missing something? No, you're not missing anything. She definitely signed up for it. She definitely said, you know, I do at the altar. She knew what goes with being married to Kanye West. I think it's more so just not even like feel bad for her. It's more just that the situation is giving red flags. And it's crazy that somebody even in a major celebrity relationship can give off those red flags to the point that their family feels like they need to step in. I feel like that's more so what it is. Yes, they are legally married. Initially, when it was reported that they were together, the first report said that they had like a spiritual commitment ceremony, but no, they have legal paperwork saying that they are married and there is no word on if they signed a prenup. That was never put out to the public. So their marriage is 1000% real. No word on if they have a prenup or not. But they definitely are legally married. Cass said, saying goodbye now because the chat won't even let me comment. What the heck? Always goes so slow when you hit around 400, which is awesome, by the way. But I'll still be listening. See y'all on Wednesday. Cass, oh my gosh, we did hit over 400. Heck yeah, baby, we're growing. Cass, thank you so much for popping in. And I'm sorry your chat is going slow. I wish there was something I could do on my end to fix that. I'm so sorry. But thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for always tuning into the tea. I appreciate it. Oh, Miss Heather said that happens too. You guys, I don't know what happens. I don't know why that happens. I wish there was something I could do about that. Epic Turtle said, consenting adults are capable of being abused. Sometimes you don't really realize how crazy everything is until after it's over. Which that I do believe. I feel like when you're in it, it's hard to see outside of that, you know what I mean? And then once you're out of it, you can see, oh wow, that was a little funky. But obviously hope everything is good with Kanye and Bianca. Hopefully her mom seeing Bianca and spending time with her is helping put her at ease. But I'm still a little skeptical of the situation. Like, I feel like because of the things we hear about Bianca's family, I will always kind of have one eye on her and Kanye's marriage. You know what I mean? Okay, let's go ahead and move on and get into the Biebers since we got 418 people in here. If you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. I live to make, make people upset, and we're talking about the Biebers, which sometimes y'all know it can go one of two ways. So in case you missed my mini pop-off on Friday, you guys, I wanted to give us a chance to discuss that Life and Style magazine report that I filled you guys in on in my mini pop-off. So in this new report from Life and Style magazine, we are hearing once again, you guys, that Hailey and Justin's marriage is not in a good place, and that loved ones are telling them things will get better, but Hailey and Justin, quote, aren't convinced. This source claims that Justin and Hailey have been arguing over having kids. Justin has allegedly, quote, been begging Hailey to make him a dad. Hailey isn't ready yet. There's still things she wants to do. It's reportedly frustrating Justin, which the fact that we're hearing this so consistently, this is now what? Maybe the 6th report that we've heard Justin's ready to be a dad. Hailey still has more things that she wants to do. You guys know how I feel about consistency. That is a little too much consistency for me to not start believing that something is true. The source also pointed out another one of Hailey's concerns is Justin's mental health and clinginess. She's reportedly worried that all of the responsibility of raising this child would fall on her. Apparently, Justin and Hailey are planning trips together this spring, and that way they can get away from the public eye to relax and reconnect. These trips will also reportedly help them get away from Hailey's family. As the source noted, it felt like a violation of their trust when Hailey's dad posted on his Instagram story asking for prayers. This insider also noted that Justin and Hailey are working with professionals to work through their issues, and the source ended their insider info saying, quote, it's been a struggle, but Justin and Hailey both want to make this work. They just need to get back to that place where they're in love again. What do we think? So that was what I filled you guys in on Friday. We didn't really have a chance to discuss and get into it. Let's see. Chris said they go to church but are growing apart. Jelena said realizing he's been married for 5 years and still ain't got no kids. Amanda said when a guy wants to break free, there's nothing you can do to stop him. Kendra said where there's smoke, there's fire, and we see her out more than we see Justin. And that's how I feel. I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's just so much smoke coming from the Biebers that something has to be going on. You know what I mean? I am apt to believe it has to deal with the kids issue just because we hear that the most. We hear that the most consistently, that they're just not quite on the same page when it comes to the timeline of when they want to have children. And I think that that is a really difficult conversation. I think that's really hard, but I also feel like that's maybe something that should have been discussed before getting married. And I'm not married, so obviously it's easy for me to say, but in my opinion, kids is one of those like fundamental issues that two people need to be on the same page about when it comes to a relationship and marriage. And if you are not on the same page, I think that's a really big issue, because I saw someone say a kid's not going to fix the relationship. And that's so true. You know what I mean? Justin might feel like that would help them and help bring them closer together, but it's not going, that's a band-aid. That's a temporary fix, because then there's a possibility that Hailey says, okay, I'm giving in, here's the baby. And then Hailey, 10 years down the line, is resentful because she had to give up certain things to raise this kid because Justin's not helping or whatever. You know what I mean? I just feel like a timeline of children is one of those things that you really should be on the same page about before you say I do. And I feel like they probably had loose discussions, like they both want kids, they both want a family, but they didn't really get into like the nitty-gritty of that discussion. And now it's causing issues. Cousin said, Cousin loves to be devil's advocate. Cousin said, devil's advocate, do you think they're saying it's Haley that wants to wait, but it's really Justin who isn't ready? Cousin, I actually don't think that. I really think Haley's the one who wants to wait, just because Justin has publicly always been like, I want 12 kids. Like, he's been on Ellen. He's done so many interviews where he has said very clearly he's ready for kids yesterday and Haley's not. And obviously he's at Haley's mercy. So I really do think that it is Justin who is the one who is like really ready to be a dad and wanting to speed up this timeline. And Haley's like, I'm not there yet, which again, I don't blame her for. Like, she's still young. She's still, again, is in the midst of building this beauty brand, you guys. I feel for her on that instance. And I also think it would be really hard to have your husband pressure you to have kids. I think that is just such a tough predicament. I think that's such a tough place to be in a marriage. And in general, that's a hard place to be. And then imagine all of these eyes are on you. And then imagine you have a Madison Hill breathing down your neck every time a new report comes out about you, like having to discuss it, having to question it. So I do feel for her. I do think it's hard. But again, we're just hearing things a little too consistently for me to not believe that something's going on. And I know Haley posted that on her Instagram, that we shouldn't believe any of the blind items. This isn't a blind item though. That we shouldn't believe any of the stories. They're always 100% false. But I'm just hearing one too many of these stories to fully believe that they are 100% false. Again, I don't think that they are going to get divorced tomorrow. I don't think they're going to get divorced 3 months from now. Like this source said, they both want this relationship to work. They're both fighting for it. They're getting the help they need. They're going to do their couple getaways. Like, they are putting in the work, so I think they're going to be fine. But I do think they're going through a difficult time in their marriage, in my opinion. Nancy said, let's not forget pregnancy and birth are a miracle, and God willing, you have a healthy child. It's hard enough being new parents. Oh, exactly, Nancy. Babies are blessings. Babies are blessings, but they're also a lot of work. And I know the moms in the chat will be able to agree with that. We have Nora, you know what I mean? We have Cass, we have all the moms in the chat who are superheroes. But I think also they would tell Justin probably like, hey, babies are super fun, super big blessings, but they're also a lot of work, and they are not a Band-Aid to a problem. You know what I mean? And Mama Hill always says, it used to be the old adage of, you have to raise that kid for 18 years. Mama Hill says, absolutely not. It is for life. Once you have a kid, you are taking care of that kid for life. Because if you don't think for 1 second that when I panic throughout the day, I'm not calling Mama Hill immediately, and I may be 30. Oh my God, I almost said 31. Not yet. We still got over a month. I'm maybe 30 years old, but when I panic, I'm still calling Mama Hill. You know what I mean? Like, a kid is a lifetime commitment. It is not till 18 anymore. You know what I mean? It really is something you need to make sure you are prepared for. Pure Jealousy said, I'm a mom of 2 teens, but you gotta be ready. Pure Jealousy's like, it's not all fun and games, and let me tell you, I got 2 teens right now, and the teen years are tough. Actually, I don't know if you're saying the teen years are tough. I just always assume. I feel like teen years are tough because it's like, you're always having to not only deal with them being teenagers, but that's also like you're doing all the driving. They want to meet up with their friends. There's drama. You know what I mean? I feel like teen years is always the thing. Cousin said, I call Mama Hill when I'm in a panic. We all do. You know what I mean? And I think that's why Haley is saying, I need to make sure that his mental health is in check and he's good and he's strong. Because again, when you have a kid and your kid calls you and is panicking, she needs to be able to trust that Justin can handle that situation. So I don't know. I feel for them. Diana said, I'm sure that they'll have nannies. And absolutely. But I always say, just because, that's an easy fix to say they have money, they have nannies, they have the means to raise children. Just because people have the means to raise children doesn't always necessarily mean that it's the right time to bring kids into the world. Because yes, it's easy for your nannies to raise your kids, but Haley might not want that. Justin might not want that. I think just because people have means and they have wealth doesn't mean that they don't have problems, and doesn't mean that there's not some real other serious issues going on behind the scenes. Gabby said Justin should have gotten therapy before marriage. Hollywood raised him. I'm sure it was hard. Oh, absolutely. I'm not doubting that Justin has been through the freaking ringer. Again, you guys know I don't trust Scooter Braun as far as I could throw him. I think Justin's been through the ringer. I definitely think he probably has stuff that he is dealing with on a daily basis. And again, I hope him and Haley are fine, but it just feels like a lot. It feels like a lot going on behind the scenes, and hopefully, who knows, maybe after the spring, everything will be okay. Maybe they're going to take these getaways, reconnect, and get on the same page, and everything will be okay. Hopefully, that's what happens for them. Okay, let's go ahead and move on and talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, you guys, because I want to make sure we also have time to talk about Selena Gomez. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Tavis News, TNT, here we go. So there are rumors, you guys, that these two are struggling in their relationship and on the brink of a breakup. And I could not be more over it, okay? So last week in Los Angeles, Travis Kelce was seen going to the Justin Timberlake concert, which you know how I felt about that. I did not love that Travis Kelce was going to the Justin Timberlake concert by himself, but nonetheless, newsflash for anyone who doesn't know this, even if you're in a couple, you can do things separately. You know what I mean? Even if you're in a couple, Travis is allowed to go to a concert by himself, because I know Taylor Swift's not going to be caught dead at a Justin Timberlake concert. Respect. He can go put gas by himself. He can go do things by himself. That is okay. Now, obviously they are fine. They're on vacation together right now. Obviously, Dumas posted those photos earlier today. But even before they were seen on vacation together, you guys, they were on a date night here in LA. There are reports of this because Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, saw Taylor and Travis at this members only club where they were having their date night and like jumped up and went over to talk to them as soon as he saw them walk in. So I'm like, again, Travis went to a concert by himself on a Wednesday. Okay, fine. They're having a date night on a Friday. Let's relax. Then in addition to that, you guys, we also have a new report from Us Magazine where a source shared that Taylor and Travis are in their, quote, nesting era. The source said, quote, they're focused on rest and recuperation and relaxing at home and having a low-key and chill time together. They're enjoying movie nights, catching up on movies and shows that they've missed. Both Taylor and Travis are obviously on a break from their busy schedules, so now they can finally spend some quality time together. Not only just the two of them, but also during this break, they reportedly want to spend time with their families and with their friends and still kind of trying to like mingle their lives, make sure that everyone gets along, spend time with all of the important people in their lives. The source also said at this point, Taylor and Travis are trying to align their schedules. That way, whenever their busyness does pick back up, they can see each other as much as possible because, quote, they don't want to spend too much time apart. So I just wanted to point this out that just because they may do something separately here and there, again, Taylor's going to have to pick back up on the Eras Tour in May. Travis is not going to be able to tour with her the whole time this summer because during the summer is when he films a lot of his commercials and does a lot of his outside of football commitments. Just because they are seen separately does not mean that they're broken up, okay? They're going strong. They're making sure they spend as much time together as possible. They're doing what they need to do. They're on vacation. I just think it's so crazy that for some reason, people think that if they're seen doing something separately, something's going on. Like, this is even the first time we've seen Taylor be so public in a relationship. Normally, when she was with Joe Alwyn, she was seen doing stuff by herself all the time. Nobody questioned it. So why, just because she's been a little more public with Travis, if they do something separately, everyone loses their mind and thinks that something's going on? Like, let's just be realistic. They are in their 30s. They're adults. It's okay if they do something separate. Mary said, so doing separate things mean they broke up? LOL, that's hilarious. Literally me. Lex said, people hate to see people happy. Exactly. Sacred Space said, remember Travis couldn't even get gas for his vehicle without Taylor? Exactly. Exactly. It's just so crazy to me that this even takes off. But it does. There are people who literally, I was seeing even headlines about it. Fans think Taylor and Travis are broken up because they were seen separately. Fans think they're broken up because Travis was at the Justin Timberlake concert. It's like, you guys, they're mature people. They're mature people. And I hope that they are able to block out this noise, which I think they are. Like, I don't think this even affects them. Because I'm like, this is the kind of stuff that gets on Taylor's nerves. And we got to watch it. Because if we're too crazy about coming up with these rumors whenever anything happens, they're not going to keep showing us their relationship. Jocelyn said it's healthy for couples to have separate time and have their own thing going on. Jocelyn, I agree. Like, I feel like if my boyfriend did not, I don't have a boyfriend, but I would want him to be able to do things separately. I also think something that I like about Taylor and Travis too is like we hear that when they go to parties and they go to events, they can mingle separately and then they come back and check in. They mingle separately, then they come back and spend time together. I feel like that is a normal functioning relationship. And why are people trying to drag it? Like, it should be celebrated that Taylor is with somebody who is secure, not overanalyzed. Kendra said they got to have a life outside of your partner before you drown. Miss Heather said it's sad that society immediately goes to a separation if people aren't seen together 24/7. Exactly. Yes, they're on vacation right now. Brittany said, I also think that they're trying to cool it on the stories because they likely know they were getting oversaturated to some. Now that it's quieter, these breakup rumors, girl can't catch a break. Exactly, Brittany. Taylor is one of those celebrities that she's damned if she does and she's damned if she doesn't. She's damned if she's out there supporting Travis publicly and doing all of the things. Like, if they're in our faces all the time, people hate them. But yet, when they take a step back and reel it in and try to be more private, people think they're broken up. So it's like, what do you want from them? What do you want from them? Cass said people will call it PR if they're always together. They can't win. Exactly. So it's just insane. And I know that goes with the territory of being Taylor Swift. I absolutely 1000% get it. But then also, on the other hand, I'm just like, can we let them live? Can we let them live? Okay, let's go ahead and move on, you guys, and talk about Selena Gomez because I want to get into this tea. I always try to have a little Selena tea for you, obviously on these happy hour hangs. But she's been posting a lot of throwbacks, you guys, to previous projects and music videos. In addition to posting all these photos, remember she also did a like an appreciation post. Oh my gosh, why am I forgetting her name? Oh, Petra Collins appreciation post on her Instagram. She's been posting a lot of throwback photos, okay? She also posted a message to her fans saying that she hears us. She hears what her fans are saying, meaning she hears what, music her fans are asking for. It's more like her old stuff as opposed to the radio-friendly hits that she's been releasing lately. And there was a blind item that was put out recently about Selena's issues with her record label. Allegedly, again, you guys know I really love to tread lightly when it comes to blind items because you really have to consider the source. But allegedly, Selena's been having issues with her record label because her record label is pushing her to put out these radio-friendly songs, these Dua Lipa disco-esque hits like Single Soon. Again, kind of more poppy, catchy things as opposed to some of the older stuff that Selena has done in the past. Allegedly, Selena obliged and put out these hits for her record label to kind of prove to them, see, my fans don't love this as much. They like my older stuff. They like the stuff that I'm more passionate about. So I don't know what to believe. I am kind of prone to believe that Selena wants to put out more nitty-gritty music as opposed to the radio music she's been putting out just because of what she's been posting on her story, but who knows? Interestingly enough, this blind item also said that Benny Blanco has completely been in her corner and is encouraging her to get a new team who believes in her vision because he believes in her. She also did post a photo of Benny Blanco on her Instagram story from the I Can't Get Enough music video saying that it was you before I ever decided. So I do believe her and Benny are in it to win it. I believe he is supporting her like we're hearing. But it's just something that we need to keep an eye on. I feel like it's something to just be aware of when it comes to looking at Selena's social media posts. I think if she continues to post a lot of throwback content, that will be more convincing to me as it comes to this blind item. Then I'll feel like, okay, yeah, she really is reminding people that she prefers to do more emotional music. Again, a little more serious, a little more depth. I like Single Soon, obviously. I like Love On. I love the radio music she's been putting out, but I also understand that is vastly different from a lot of the previous music Selena Gomez has released. Naomi said, I'm not sure if it's 100% true, but there's videos of people hating on Benny for putting up pics of his child with no clothes on. Something about Benny. I have not heard that Benny Blanco has a previous child. I have not heard that, and I feel like I would have heard that by now, but I can look into that more for Wednesday. I have not heard that. Like said, the record labels don't get it, LOL. Like, do y'all want to make money or no? I never understand not listening to an artist. I don't either. I feel like that seems so easy to just listen to what the artist wants. You know what I mean? Look at Taylor Swift. Obviously, as soon as she broke away from Big Machine and was able to start doing her own thing, she has been even more successful than she previously was. So I don't know why they wouldn't listen to her, why they wouldn't want to go with her vision. But at the end of the day, that's what's difficult about being with a record label is you are at their mercy. You're at the executive's mercy. And if she feels like, okay, I just need to fulfill my contract, give them what they need for right now, and then maybe Benny can kind of help her go off and do her own thing and release what music she's passionate about, that might be what she needs to do. I don't know. But you guys know, I have not heard about Benny Blanco having a child, you guys. Madcap said that you've seen some stuff about that too. I have not. I feel like that's something we would have really seen heavily. But who knows? I'll look into it and do my own digging on that front. But as far as Selena and the music, I don't know. Do you guys like what she's been putting out? I feel like we like it. Or are you wanting her to go back to more of like Wolves, stuff like that? Let me know what you're thinking. Juliet, I'm so happy you made it on live, your first live. Please let me know how you are doing. I love it. Okay, It Ain't Me is such a banger, so her older stuff. Madcap said, I loved Rare and collab singles era. Cousin said, I like it, but I love her older songs. And then Jessica said, I like it, but maybe a bit of everything. And then Miss Jackie said, I just want her to make what makes her happy and called to. And I agree, because I feel like Rare was such a good album because it was 100% Selena authentically being herself. And that is why that album is no skips. Like, it is so good from top to bottom. Again, I'm not saying that her new stuff isn't also good, but I will say now I kind of understand why Selena has been releasing these like more poppy, radio-friendly hits, if this blind item is true. Hands to Myself is an iconic song. Are you kidding me? So freaking good. We'll see. I just want Selena to put out music that she's passionate about and that she loves. And I feel like that's always when she does her best work. So hopefully, if this blind item is allegedly true, the record label gets it together and listens to Selena, because I think she knows what her fans want. I think she knows what her fans will buy and listen to. And if Benny can help her advocate for herself and advocate what she wants to the record label, that will make me love Benny that much more, in my opinion. Jocelyn said, I don't like it at all. The songs give nothing. Anyone could sing those. She needs to go back to being authentic. Lose You to Love Me is her best. Oh, Lose You to Love Me is one of her best songs ever. I mean, it had us all clutching our pearls with the tea, but it was so good. Yo, Stink Go Eat. Lose You to Love Me not getting nominated for a Grammy was the moment I knew it was rigged. I still think too that Rare not getting any Grammy recognition like did hurt her confidence in her music for a little bit, which that was a mistake, honestly. Like, imagine putting out your best work and the Grammys still don't recognize you. I also would be over that situation. Like, but you all know I've been saying this for a while. I feel like the Grammys have kind of lost a lot of their prestige because of things like that, because now fan voted awards, I feel like, have much more pull, and the Grammys are so political that they've lost a little bit of the prestige. I think it's still obviously a huge, incredible honor to win a Grammy. I just feel like it doesn't mean the same thing now as it did 25 years ago. You know what I mean? 20 years ago, you won a Grammy. It was like, oh my God, you're at the best of your game. You're the best of the best. Now I feel like a Grammy's like, oh, okay, good job. Another award. But are you selling? Are you putting new music out? Are you selling albums? Are you selling out tours? Like, that's more so what we look at. You know what I mean? Just my own personal opinion. I Love Pug said, I noticed her interview. She doesn't like her music and she's more interested in acting. Yeah, she did say she feels like she hasn't gotten to do enough when it comes to acting, which is why she's pursuing that more. But I also think too, if you think about this blind item, maybe she's pursuing acting more now because her record label's not letting her put out the music that she wants to put out. You know what I mean? Like, maybe she's like, honestly, I'll just focus on my acting because then I at least get to do what I want to do, as opposed to putting out music that my label's forcing me to put out. That would make sense to me. I don't know. Robert said, I feel like people who say Selena can't sing are people who can't sing themselves. Robert's like, okay, hit a note. Hit a note, those of you hating on Selena Gomez. Do it. I'm dying. Canograma also said that award shows are more like roasts now, and true. We just can't get the host right. You know what I mean? Like, let me host the award show. I just feel like we cannot get the hosts right when it comes to award shows these days. It's just not hitting. It's not hitting. Georgina said, I thought it was a weird statement she made, but that makes sense now, right? It definitely gives more context to the comment she's been making about her music. And it also gives more context to, remember when she said that quote, I believe it was to Rolling Stone, about how whatever album she puts out might be her last album. But what that could mean is that could be her last album with her record label. And then she's going to move on and do things independently. And maybe Benny will help her do that. And Benny will help her produce whatever music she actually wants to produce. I don't know. I think the possibilities are definitely endless. And I think it's something to keep an eye on. But I wanted to fill you guys in on that because I thought that was some really interesting Selena tea. It's also interesting, like, industry tea. And also to hear that, you know, obviously Benny is in her corner. And obviously their relationship is going strong. I live for it. Jelena said she might go with Taylor Swift, TBH. Wouldn't that be amazing? If Taylor was like, come over here, girl. Come over to Universal. And we tell them what we want to do. Because I will say, now Taylor does what Taylor wants to do. Like, Taylor says, I'm dropping an album on a Tuesday. And her record label's like, okay. As they should. She's Taylor Swift. She's proven herself that she knows what she's doing. You know what I mean? April said, I want a Taylor and Selena song. April, same, girl. Same. I have been wanting a Taylor collab for years, and they always get our hopes up, and then our hopes are crushed. But who knows? Maybe it's still in our future. That now they both have seemingly, possibly found their end games. So you never know. Maybe we're finally gonna get it. Fingers freaking crossed. All right, you guys. Is there anything else that we need to discuss? Is there any other tea that we want to discuss? I saw somebody say something about Jax and Brittany from Vanderpump Rules. They're no longer on Vanderpump Rules, but they have a new show coming out called The Valley. Jax Taylor, Brittany Cartwright. They're currently separated. They're saying it's not for PR. They're saying it's real. Maria, when it comes to Jax and Brittany, I'm skeptical of them. I feel like Brittany's been putting up with this man for 9 years at this point. I feel like if Brittany was going to be over Jax's shenanigans, she would have been over it when he cheated on her. And so I'm just a little skeptical of this separation. Part of me thinks it's PR. I also think it's interesting how openly she talks about it with, like, no emotion. I'm skeptical of it. I feel like I'm not fully convinced that the separation is real and legitimate, but that's just me. And it's something that I'm keeping an eye on because I have just seen so many clips. I've seen so many interviews, and I just feel like I'm not convinced that it's real. I'm not convinced that it's real as of right now. I know they've both gone on record and said we would not do anything for press, but if you're separated from your spouse, would you still be recording a podcast with them? Would you still be going to red carpets with them? They're not walking together. They're doing separate interviews, but they're still going to the same events. They're still going to these same places. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Jackson Brittany. I personally think for right now it's PR, but I'm keeping my eye on it because when I would like to be convinced if it's real. Jelena said, Madison, what do you think about the Nickelodeon documentary Quiet on Set? Have you seen it yet? One of the cast members were worshiping a serial killer. Jelena, I haven't watched it in its entirety yet. However, I think it is long overdue. I think this documentary probably should have been put out like 10 years ago. It's crazy that it's just now being put out, but I'm very happy that it is. We've been hearing rumors about Dan Schneider for years, Brian Peck. I'm happy that Drake Bell is finally able to tell his story. I believe you can watch it on Peacock now. You can watch it on Peacock now. But I feel like it's very long overdue, and I'm very happy that it's happening. I am really big on people challenging the systems, Nickelodeon being a system, the entertainment system. That's obviously too why I love a lot of true crime documentaries and stuff. I think this is just long overdue. It's horrible, but if we don't highlight a lot of the wrongdoing that happened at Nickelodeon, that's how things happen again. So I feel like we need to highlight all of the dark stuff that happened behind the scenes there. That way, hopefully, history does not repeat itself. If we don't face our history, we don't know how to change it. You know what I mean? So it's horrible, but I hope that this helps prevent anything else from happening like that again. Sacred Space said, what's your latest favorite rare beauty product? Ooh, I'm probably tied between the illuminating primer and the concealer. I just bought another concealer, and this is probably my fourth rare tub, my fourth tube of Rare Beauty concealer. So the fact that I have now bought this 4 times should tell you that I am Team Rare Beauty concealer all the way. Like, I would not buy something 4 times over and over and over again if I was not obsessed. I freaking love the Rare Beauty concealer. Yes, I will have my skincare video. I will put it out there. I know I still need to do that for sure. Yes, I love the bronzing stick. I don't use the Rare Beauty bronzing stick anymore. I use the Milk bronzing stick, and I really love that one. But I will say, like, her liquid blush, liquid highlighter, and her concealer and the primer are all things that I'm obsessed with, and all things that I've repurchased because I'm obsessed. So Vera said her mascara is amazing. I haven't tried her mascara because I've always had eyelash extensions, and you can't wear mascara with eyelash extensions. But I believe it. I mean, all of her products are incredible. Thank you. I feel like I do have a little rosacea down here, but I've had it my entire life, so it's just something that I've embraced at this point. But I will post a skincare routine for sure, especially for my dry skin girlies, because I have dry skin all the freaking time, and I do know how to combat it. So I will definitely post that for freaking sure. Timna said, imagine if Taylena's collaboration was titled From Boys to Men. I would laugh and love all of it. Or something cute like Happy Place, since they're both finally happy and in relationships at the same time. If Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez released a song called From Boys to Men, I would literally need a personal day, because that would be hilarious and iconic and incredible. I've never worn hair extensions. I've only worn eyelash extensions. Tamara said, how do I share your shorts on Instagram? It wouldn't let me. YouTube shorts? It won't let you share the YouTube shorts? That's probably true. I feel like shorts are funky. YouTube is still like figuring out the shorts format. But obviously you know how to share reels. I don't know if you can share shorts. And that might be a weird thing that it won't let you do, Tamara, which is kind of annoying. But thank you for trying. That's why I love you. Tamara always is sharing, posting the lives, the videos, the reels. Love you, Tamara. I really, really, really appreciate it so, so, so much. Let's see what else. It would destroy the internet. Yes, if they release a song like that, it absolutely would destroy the internet. Chris said, what are your thoughts on Megan Fox and MGK? That's the question I was looking for. Megan Fox and MGK, I think, are a unique celebrity couple because I think they are two very passionate people. And I think sometimes their passion can borderline be toxic. And they have had a very up and down relationship. I feel like when they're good, they're good. When they're not, they're not. And so when it comes to Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, I feel like they are deciding what's going on day by day. And I do think that they're going to end up together. I think that they like oddly complement each other, even if they do sometimes borderline on having a little toxicity in their relationship. But I feel like they have the potential. They have the potential. I feel like they're kind of just like they're on similar levels and they bring similar energy into a relationship. I have not tried the Hailey Bieber smoothie yet, you guys. I have not tried it yet. I need to try it. She also now released a Hailey Bieber sundae. It's like a soft serve. I need to go try it. I'll go to Erewhon this week and I'll post a YouTube short of me trying the Hailey Bieber smoothie. I will only do this because I love you guys. I will only do it because I love you. And obviously we need to know if it's worth it. But I will let you guys know. I do like that it's like a strawberries and cream situation. I love strawberry. But I will go try it for sure. Yes, Erica, I did hear about Bruno Mars. We discussed this briefly at the beginning of this happy hour hang. $50 million in debt. I would pass away. Like I would be so stressed. I can't even imagine. Like the thought of it stresses me out. I have a weight on my chest thinking about Bruno Mars being $50 million in debt. Like that is absolutely crazy. Yeah, Sophia Richie had a smoothie too. Erewhon does a lot of collabs with celebs. Also, we have 333 people here, everybody. Make a wish of something you want to manifest on this angel number. But yeah, they always do a bunch of celebrity collabs when it comes to the smoothies. Jocelyn said MGM already reported it was false news. No, for sure. I don't know if he necessarily owes $50 million to MGM, but I do believe he is in debt, at least to some degree. Which we were talking about is unfortunately kind of common when it comes to celebrities. Yeah, the debt claim was false. So we'll see. I think there's still something going on with his finances though. So I don't know, you guys. We'll see. I hope everything's fine with Bruno because that is stressful and not a story that anyone would want out there, honestly. Dave said rumors about OBJ going to the Chiefs, Kim and Taylor in the box together. I just feel like no way would that happen, right? Like no way would Taylor let Kim K in her box. I feel like she would draw the line there, and as she should. I would be like, I'm sorry, Kim Kardashian, you're not hanging out with us. Like, Taylor's already got the wags on her side. No way Kim is going to come in and shake things up like that. Like, I don't feel like that would be a good situation. No, I have not watched Poor Things yet, you guys. I have not watched Poor Things, and it's funny because this weekend, Papa Hill was like, we really need to watch Poor Things. And I thought about you guys being like, Madison, don't watch that with your parents. And that's all I could think about when he was like, I really want to watch that movie. I was like, I don't know. The House of Hill said Poor Things is a little crazy. I do have a new show for you guys if you're interested. Mama Hill and I binged it. If you like a true crime-esque, mystery-esque situation, it's from the producers of Big Little Lies and 9 Perfect Strangers. It's called Apples Never Fall Far. It's on Peacock. So good. A good little mystery. Mom goes missing. Who did it? The family has secrets. The secrets are being exposed. Highly recommend. Apples Never Fall Far is what I think it's called. It's on Peacock. Just binged it this weekend. Highly recommend. It's good. It's definitely worth the watch. And it's not a ton of episodes. Again, you can easily binge it in like 1 or 2 days on Peacock. Definitely check it out. Apples Never Fall Far. And I did finally watch also Anyone But You last night with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell, oh my God, he's so freaking cute. I also watched Anyone But You and a cute rom-com, honestly. Cute rom-com. I don't know what I expected, but it lived up to the hype for me. I know some people were saying it was cheesy, it was boring, but I love a good rom-com. You guys know I'm a hopeless romantic, so I was living for Anyone But You. So that's what I watched this weekend. Yes, Apples Never Fall Far is new. It just came out like a couple days ago. Madison, the acting for Anyone But You. Okay, Jelena, I didn't say it was Oscar winning, okay? But for a cute rom-com on a Sunday night while I was eating my Chipotle, I liked it. It was cute. I liked it. And it's honestly probably something that I would like watch again just because I love a good cheesy rom-com. Like for me, that's like a comfort for me. You know how people have their comfort shows? I love a comfort cheesy rom-com. Like even on Netflix, love a cheesy rom-com. I'm here for it. Yes, Amani, check it out. Let me know what you guys think. I already finished it, so I won't give you any spoilers, but definitely check out Apples Never Fall Far. And if you watch an episode or two, let me know, and we can briefly discuss on Wednesday. I just want to know if you guys are liking it or not liking it, so let me know. All right, you guys. That is where I think we will go ahead and end this live happy hour hang. I had so much fun. And the fact that we still have over 300 people here, you guys promise me that I will see you on Wednesday. You better see me on Wednesday at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time for another live happy hour hang, you guys. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok at I am Madison Hill. Also, you guys know you can check out my merch store at houseofhill.com. Also, my after watchers, I love you. I see you. Thank you for watching and sticking with me during this whole video, you guys. I will see you on Wednesday at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and I'll see y'all next time.